Welcome to the fourth instalment of the Game Map of Britain. In this episode, I join head keeper Will Diamond for a tour of Bettws Hall's Plas Dinam Estate before joining a team of crack shots on a very special shoot day. Before all that, we check into Orston Ground to meet Matt and Jamie of AimCam to see their new Pro 2 model.
It's pretty good, isn't it? Could move it over slightly more. So I've just switched the Wi-Fi on the AimCam after taking a couple of shots. Take my phone out, because it's already been connected previously, it's immediately connected to the AimCam. Go into the AimCam app and then I can just click on the AimCam, and once I'm connected to the live stream I can download the files. The key to AimCam was that we had to replicate what the field of view of the shooter sees. So the first thing we started was with the lens in the camera to get the right angle, so when the camera records, it's recorded the same field of view, so everything looks the right perspective. Yeah. So it's a pheasant, a clay, it looks the right size and right.
And I think that's one of the main things that I always find when I'm looking at other people's film footage. It's very hard to replicate what you see. You might use another camera which might have a very wide sensor field of view, whereas a 30-yard pheasant might look like an 80-yard pheasant.
Yeah, exactly. As you know,
exactly. The wider you go, yeah, exactly.
So we spent a long time getting that lens right in
Fantastic.
there.
Wow. Should we have a quick go then?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's put it onto some clay, shall we?
Yeah. Well done.
We're here in Mid Wales at Plas Dinam. We're in between Lanny and Cartridge. It's a high bird shoot, open for mixed partridge and pheasant shooting, with steep valleys and plenty of cover and whatnot to fly from. So it's just making up drives and trying new things out, and hopefully in the future and this season we'll have a cracking season. Yeah, so this is our Caledonian kale. Grows in shallow soils and poor soils, and it's probably the only thing we get to grow here on the top.
And from where we are now, the birds are effectively, like you were saying, there's the main shooting valley is just over here, isn't it? So you hold the birds here, and like you were saying, you push them up, round and over this way, then also up this way, and then...
Yeah, well they'll fly straight off here, hopefully.
Right.
Land on that bank over by that hut.
Right.
Off behind you there.
Right, wow.
And then also pushing them into the crop then off the other banks.
Fantastic. This is a relatively new pen then, is it?
Yeah, so this was done last season.
Right.
And last season it was a bit too dark.
So yeah, you've cleared away most of the undergrowth, so let's put light in for the birds to start feeding properly.
Yeah, so the contractors have thinned it right out.
Yeah, it smells nice.
Yeah.
It smells like
Yeah.
pine fish.
Yeah, so these are just your king feeders.
Right.
And fill it full of pellet.
Yeah.
And they have as much as they want of that.
Right, brilliant.
And then a couple of weeks' time we'll start putting some wheat down on the floor for them.
Right.
They can just peck and scratch at that.
So you start hand feeding the birds from a certain period.
Yeah, so the pellet we all keep in the hoppers, so it
So
doesn't
they can
get wet.
it when they need it,
Yeah.
but then you hand feed to make them sort of, I suppose, forage like wild birds, right?
Yeah, just put it on the floor and they can have as much as they want of it.
Good. Brilliant. Right. Hi, my name's Jonathan and welcome to the Game Map of Britain. So today we're at Plas Dinam with another select team of guns. We're going to be shooting some high partridge. We've got some lovely guns, some more lovely cartridges and the terrain to shoot it in. Look at this.
You will notice there's some cameras around. These guys are going to certainly focus on Jonathan. If anybody doesn't want to be videoed, then just let us know now. Yes, please. Yeah, I don't think they'll focus.
This is Plas Dinam Estate's second season. I came here to photograph it the first season and it was absolutely phenomenal. So what I've done is I wanted to come back here. I wanted to show the best of what this estate has to offer, because in my mind this is one of the best partridge shoots and pheasant shoots in the country. So I really hope that what you see today showcases the very best of this shoot. One of the things that I like about this place is obviously it's only in its first year. This is its second year now, and the views that you can see down that valley,
Yeah, it's
absolutely exceptional.
Incredible. Fantastic to go and stand in somewhere like this.
Yeah.
You
You
almost feel privileged to be here.
definitely do, don't you? And you can see the beaters running up and down up there, and they really are putting in the work.
The hard work.
It's incredible to see those birds. I mean, like I say, I came here last year to photograph for Bettws, and you instantly sort of see those partridge and those pheasants coming off what is a hill, 300 yards away from us?
Yeah.
Finished the first drive, the lads this way shot incredibly. There was a bird up there which was a true 80-yard partridge, and we all looked at it, we all hollered when it got shot because it was absolutely staggering. And you'll have seen some of the birds coming off these hills, and they are absolutely fantastic. So, end of the first drive, heading to the second drive now. We're going to have a quick refreshment and hopefully a canapé of some description, because Bettws Hall are incredible for their catering. Start of the second drive.
Yeah.
And from what I'm told by the keeper and Richard here today, the birds are going to be coming from absolutely everywhere. So we're on the edge of quite a steep valley, and I think, James, you can see the birds going across there already. We're number one gun, so the birds are going to be flicking down here, coming across here, coming over there, and coming from behind us.
Yes, I think that's certainly the way they're
Yeah.
looking.
Oh.
Lovely. Lovely. Yeah, good shot. Great shot. You're looking at shooting a pheasant, and then you've got partridges coming
Behind it, and I ignore the pheasant straight away and go straight for the partridge.
No, it's great, Jonathan. And it's nice to be out with like-minded people as well.
Yeah.
A lot of my guys, are like-minded.
Yeah. No, that is important, isn't it?
Enjoy it.
Don't think about it.
We should be right in the thick of it here, with a lot of partridge and a lot of pheasants coming over, and the birds are going to be bloody high on this one. You can see the top of the hills. Well, I'd say it's 100 yards up to the top of the hills where the beaters are starting, and then after that the pheasants and partridge are pushing down off that. If the action does happen, we've got about a 2-second window to see the actions happening and hopefully catch up with the birds. But a lot of our stuff is going to be over our shoulders, high-driven birds, taking them myself as like long crossers, and hopefully we'll hit a few. amazing. The birds were anything from the top of the hill's about 100 yards away, but you could see them really curling down. We've got some lovely birds coming this way as well. Got my friend Ross, who's one up for me, and he shot some absolute crackers. And even the guys below, I mean, some spectacular shooting. But again, it's so varied in these places. We've managed to capture a few shots, I'm hoping, on the nice AimCams. But no, that was amazing, really, really good. And the weather's changed as well. I mean, we can see the birds a lot better now.
I saw one or two across the top, mate. I saw one or two across the top. Across the road, somewhere. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, well, actually, I was very lucky enough to shoot this last year, and I made an absolute haulix of it. So, I think you did a much better job.
We've got a bit of an A-team here today, haven't we? We've got some veteran shots, which is quite nice. They can teach us the ways.
Yeah, and it's lovely, actually, especially with such a good team, that you're mixing the pheasants in with the partridges.
Yeah.
Partridge, the pheasants are overtaking the partridges. The partridge on the slide, which makes it just a lot more challenging. Exactly. Yeah.
So drive number 4, final one before lunch.
So drive number 4, we're going back into the same valley we started on this morning, just one hill over.
Excellent.
It's a drive called Stonehouse. It's a lovely drive to finish on. It flares very well at the guns. Should be quite heavy. Lots of different,
different shooting again.
Different sort of shooting. Lots of pheasants and partridges, and stood on a stone road. Another great view.
Yeah.
So let's hope it finishes off nicely.
Lovely. Let's do that then.
Okay.
We'll bring the dog with us. Come on. Birds over there again. Just going straight for us and then just turn. They're hitting that wind, aren't they? So what we really wanted to show within the Game Map of Britain is what the UK has in terms of the diversity of shooting that we have, and this has been absolutely fantastic. This is one of the best stage shooting I've ever had. Not just the company, not just the fact that birds have been presented well, but the topography and the landscape is just absolutely phenomenal, and I will be booking to come back here next year.
It's been a lovely day.
It really has, hasn't it?
And the shooting's been fantastic. It's marvellous.